So I'll make these videos as quickly as I can since Instagram only lets me have about like a minute 30 seconds when it comes to reels. I try to make them into reels, but we'll see. So let's do carpal tunnel. People with carpal tunnel syndrome, we all know what that is. So I'll talk as little as possible. Maybe I'll add some voiceover as I'm doing it, just because we have to make these real quick.
So carpal tunnel in a nutshell is basically the compression of a median nerve that just causes tingling and numbness.
Carpal tunnel. So what we'll do is we'll tape around the wrist there, the extensor radicellum, and one thing I didn't tell you about the tape here is that, so the ends, we call them anchors, and there's always never any stretch on those. So start off with the right hand. I'll show you two different ways to do it. So we'll start with the right hand. We'll place one on the palm there. No stretch because it's the anchor. And what we'll do is we'll bring this on. Let's see. Actually, what I should have done is rip this part off just to get it going. Okay. So the thing with KT tape, the way it activates a lot better is you have to give it your muscle just a little stretch, because what you want to do is you want to cause a wrinkle effect. So basically, I don't know if you can see that there. You see those little wrinkles there? That's what we want the tape to do once it's at a resting position. So we'll place the tape. So you always want to, and I'll show you more whenever we start doing the longer parts of muscles, like, or when we start doing like tennis elbow, things like that. So you always want to keep the muscle at a stretch. You just don't want to place it on, because what you want to end up doing is giving the skin, I don't know if you can see it here, you want to give it this wrinkle effect when the tape's at a resting position. So you don't want to place it like that. You want to give it a stretch, and then that way when you place the tape on like that, you rest your arm and you see some of those wrinkles there. So that's what we want to do. So right now we're at a resting stage as we're putting the anchor on, and from there what we'll do is we'll give a little stretch. So we'll bend the wrist back a bit, and then we can start taking some of this off here. Okay, so bend back, start placing the tape, and it doesn't matter how far down, because I know there's different sizes for the tape. You could and then, like I said, you could actually cut some of this off too. You could actually cut these off. It doesn't work too well with the KT tape. That's the only fault, you know. I'll give KT tape that if you try to cut it with scissors, it doesn't really cut that well, just because it's almost like a cloth. Whereas there's other tape that's more rougher, I guess, hardened, easier to cut. So we'll bend there, and then anchor. Okay, pull this off here. If you get it. One thing with the tape is works a lot better when, you know, the skin's clean. It's not sweating, no dirt, anything like that. If you got hairy arms, it's always good to see. There we go. See that wrinkle? The wrinkle effect. That's what we want to get. That right there. So if you have hairy arms, it's always good to give yourself a little trim. And then so now the decompressed side, what we'll do is we'll place just around, just like that. That will speed up these videos that way.
Prepare to fast forward. Prepare to fast forward. Fast forward. Fast forwarding, sir.
Lift that off, our anchor. Place this on the back side here.
Try here. Stop.
Here. Give it a little bit of a stretch. For the decompression side of the muscles, we usually try to stretch a little more, just because the muscle runs. The muscle doesn't run on this direction here. Okay. So usually for the decompression side of the tape, we try to give just a little more stretch there. And yeah, the last part of the video cut off on me, but so the last part just wraps around the wrist, and there you go, first one.